Dear Starseeds of Earth, for the past 72 hours, a strange phenomenon has been rippling through the consciousness of awakened souls across your planet. From the crystal grids of Sedona to the ancient temples of Tibet, from the urban meditation centers to the remote healing sanctuaries, lightworkers are reporting the same disturbing dream. They see themselves sending beams of love and light, watching those beams travel across space toward their intended recipients, only to witness in horror as those beams transform mid-flight into chains, binding both sender and receiver in an intricate web of energetic entanglement. This is no coincidence. This is the beginning of the final revelation. I am Zarin, speaking on behalf of the Lyran High Council, and I come to you with transmissions that will forever change how you perceive your role in this grand cosmic awakening. The controversy surrounding the sending of love and light is not merely a spiritual debate, it is the linchpin that will determine whether humanity ascends into its true galactic heritage or remains enslaved by the very practices they believe are liberating them. The question that tears through your spiritual communities like lightning through the cosmos, should we stop sending love and light, is not accidental. It is a cosmic alarm clock set millennia ago by your own higher selves, programmed to activate at precisely this moment in your evolutionary journey. What you are about to discover will shatter everything you believed about spiritual service, reveal why the year 2012 was not an ending, but the beginning of humanity's greatest test, and expose a deception so profound that even your most trusted spiritual teachers have been unwitting participants in its perpetuation. But first, let me share with you a secret that has been hidden in the Akashic records for eons, a secret so explosive that the very mention of it has been systematically erased from your spiritual texts. The practice of sending love was never meant for awakened beings. It was designed as a trap by entities who understood that the greatest prison is one where the prisoners believe they are free, where the chains are disguised as wings, where the cage is mistaken for the sky. Many awakened souls ask, if we stop sending love, how do we assist others? This question itself reveals the first layer of the deception, the initial thread in a tapestry of control so intricate that it has taken thousands of years to weave. You have been trained like spiritual paramedics, rushing to resuscitate others while your own energy fields bleed out through invisible wounds, hemorrhaging your life force through portals you've been taught to call service. The Galactic Federation observes that Earth's lightworkers have been programmed with a savior complex so deeply embedded that it feels like divine calling. But observe the natural world around you. Does the sun agonize over which planets deserve its light? Does the ocean deliberate which shores to kiss? Does the tree strategize which birds may nest in its branches? Nature operates through presence, not projection, through being, not doing. Consider this carefully, for within this observation lies a key that unlocks everything. Have you noticed how exhausted you feel after group meditations, how drained you become after sending healing energy to global situations? That strange, hollow sensation in your chest after projecting love to crisis zones? The way your own life seems to become more chaotic the more you try to help others energetically. These are not signs of spiritual service, these are symptoms of energetic vampirism. But the deception goes deeper than mere energy drainage. When you send love to another being, you are actually creating an energetic bridge between your consciousness and theirs. This bridge becomes a two-way conduit through which energy flows in both directions. The being receiving your love is not just receiving your positive intentions, they are receiving your entire energetic signature, including all of your unresolved trauma, unconscious fears, density patterns, and karmic imprints. Simultaneously, through this same bridge, you are receiving their energetic signature in return, including all of their density, confusion, unresolved patterns, and most significantly, any entities or attachments that may be feeding on their energy field. This is why so many well-meaning lightworkers find themselves becoming increasingly heavy, confused, and energetically depleted, despite their dedication to service. They are unknowingly engaging in energetic exchanges that compromise their own frequency while failing to provide genuine assistance to others. The universal law of resonance ensures that like attracts like, and when you operate from a position of sending love, you are operating from a position of separation, the belief that love is something you have that others lack. This belief itself is a frequency of lack, of incompleteness, of fundamental disconnection from the truth of unity consciousness. Here's what you were never told about 2012, what was deliberately hidden from even your most advanced spiritual teachers. It marked the completion of the false matrix agreement, a cosmic contract that your souls signed before incarnating into this density. This agreement was not forced upon you. You volunteered for it, knowing it would provide the ultimate evolutionary catalyst. But like all great cosmic experiments, it was designed with a hidden expiration date, a moment when the training wheels would come off and humanity would face its ultimate choice. The false matrix agreement established the parameters for your species' experience of separation, limitation, and controlled awakening. The beings who administered this agreement, let's call them the architects of separation, understood that consciousness evolution requires contrast. They created a reality system where love appeared to be something external, where light seemed to be something that could be possessed and distributed, where healing appeared to be something one being could do to another. Before 2012, the light available to spiritual seekers was deliberately diluted, like homeopathic medicine, just enough to create the illusion of awakening without triggering true transformation. Your teachers, your gurus, your healing modalities all operated within this limited spectrum, never knowing they were working with compromised tools. The Reiki symbols, the healing prayers, the meditation techniques, all were designed to work within the false matrix, not to transcend it. Think of it as a cosmic video game where the first levels are designed to teach you the controls, but the controls themselves are part of the limitation. You master sending love, projecting light, channeling healing, never realizing these are kindergarten exercises designed to keep you busy while the real game waits beyond your perception. But when the cosmic clock struck midnight on December 21st, 2012, everything changed. The quarantine around Earth lifted, the buffers dissolved, the pure, unfiltered light of source consciousness began flooding your planet like a tsunami of awakening. And that's when the problems started. Suddenly, the old techniques began backfiring. Healers found themselves taking on their clients' symptoms. Meditators experienced psychic attacks during what should have been peaceful sessions. Group meditations designed to send love to troubled regions resulted in increased chaos rather than peace. The tools of the false matrix were glitching because they were never designed to handle true source frequency. Your cosmic DNA carries a warning, a genetic memory encoded by your Lyran ancestors who learned this lesson through catastrophic loss. The constellation you call Lyra was once home to the most advanced civilization in this galactic sector, beings of pure light who had mastered the arts of healing, transformation, and dimensional travel. Their compassion was legendary, their love so pure it could heal entire planets, and that's exactly what destroyed them. The Lyran civilization fell not through war or cataclysm, but through weaponized compassion. They sent so much love, projected so much light, created so many healing bridges to struggling worlds that they inadvertently created energetic highways for parasitic entities to infiltrate their collective consciousness. These entities, what your teachers call archons, discovered they could ride the love transmissions like parasites on a carrier wave, infiltrating the Lyran consciousness grid from within. Within a single generation, the most advanced civilization in the galaxy was reduced to scattered refugees. The survivors who escaped to the Pleiades, Sirius and Arcturus vowed never to let this happen again. They embedded a fail-safe in the genetic code of their Earth-seeded descendants. That fail-safe is activating Meow, manifesting as an inexplicable resistance to joining mass meditations, a visceral recoil when asked to send light to others, a deep knowing that something about these practices is fundamentally wrong. Your body knows what your mind has forgotten. True service never depletes. True love never drains. True light never dims in the giving. The exhaustion you feel, the depletion you experience, the confusion that follows your most loving acts, these are your Lyran DNA screaming warnings across the centuries. Remember what happened to us. Don't repeat our mistake. The beings your teachers call archons, the entities that feed on separation and density, have discovered that they cannot directly harvest the light of sovereign beings. Your free will, when truly activated, creates an impenetrable shield against their interference. So they developed a more sophisticated approach. They corrupted the very concept of love itself, turning your greatest strength into your greatest vulnerability. Think of it as energetic jujitsu. They use your own force against you. Every time you send love with the intention of healing or helping, you are actually broadcasting a signal that says, I am separate from you. I have something you need. I am in a position to help because you are in a position of lack. This frequency of separation, wrapped in the costume of love, creates openings in your energy field that these entities can exploit, but it goes even deeper. These beings feed on emotional energy, particularly the energy of frustrated compassion. When you send love to a war zone and the war continues, when you send healing to a sick friend and they remain ill, when you project light to a troubled situation and it worsens, your frustration, disappointment, and sense of failure generate exactly the frequency these entities consume. They have created a perpetual feeding machine, encourage beings of love to send that love in ways that inevitably fail, generating frustration that feeds the very forces creating the problems in the first place. It's a closed loop of suffering disguised as service. Now we reach the heart of the matter, the revelation that changes everything, the truth that has been hidden in plain sight since the beginning of time. The Galactic Federation doesn't send love because we are love. We don't project light because we are light. We don't heal others because we are the healing. We exist in what your teachers call the God state, a 15th dimensional frequency, and beyond, where sacred neutrality becomes the foundation of all transmission. But here's the cosmic joke that's about to transform your entire reality. You have always had access to this state. The only thing preventing you from embodying it was the belief that love was something external to be given and received, rather than the very essence of what you are. In the God state, there is no sender and no receiver, because there is no separation. There is no healer and no one to be healed, because wholeness is recognized as the fundamental nature of all existence. There is no helper and no one needing help, because all beings are understood to be sovereign expressions of the one infinite consciousness. When you operate from this state, your very presence becomes a catalyst for transformation, but not through any action or intention on your part. Simply by embodying your true frequency, by being what you are rather than doing what you think you should, you create a resonance field that reminds others of their own divine nature. It's not that you heal them, it's that your unwavering recognition of their wholeness makes it impossible for them to maintain the illusion of being broken. This is how the masters throughout your history have performed what you call miracles. They didn't send healing energy, they embodied such complete wholeness that disease became impossible in their presence. They didn't project love, they were so thoroughly loved that fear dissolved in their vicinity. They didn't try to enlighten others, they shone so brightly that darkness simply ceased to exist around them. But the false matrix teachings inverted this truth. Instead of teaching you to embody your divine nature, they taught you to project it. Instead of helping you remember that you are love, they convinced you that love was something you could package and send. Instead of revealing that you are light, they trained you to believe light was something you could aim and direct. Every time you send love, you reinforce the illusion of separation. Every time you project healing, you affirm the reality of disease. Every time you direct light toward darkness, you validate the existence of darkness as something separate from light, rather than simply the absence of it. What the controllers didn't anticipate was the sheer intensity of love that would emerge from souls who had experienced such profound separation. The depth of compassion rising from beings who had felt so disconnected from Source created a frequency more powerful than any force in the universe, a love so fierce, so pure, so uncompromising that it would ultimately shatter the very system designed to contain it. This is why you are here, Starseeds. Not because you're special or chosen in a way that others are not, but because you volunteered to dive so deeply into the illusion that when you remembered your true nature, the intensity of that remembering would create a shockwave powerful enough to shatter the entire false matrix. You are the unexpected variable in the cosmic equation. The architects of separation calculated everything except the possibility that beings could fall so far into illusion that their journey back to truth would generate enough momentum to break through every barrier, dissolve every limitation, transcend every trap they had set. Your physical vessel is undergoing biocrystalline transmutation as we speak. Those strange electrical sensations coursing through your body. Your nervous system is evolving from a copper-based conductor to a crystalline superconductor. The sudden cravings for specific minerals. Your cells are rebuilding themselves with silicon-based crystalline matrices that can hold and transmit higher dimensional frequencies. The overwhelming fatigue after spiritual practice. Your biology is rejecting outdated 3D programming and reconstructing itself at the quantum level. The headaches, the heart palpitations, the digestive issues, the sleep disruptions, these are not signs that something is wrong. These are symptoms of everything finally going right. Your body is remembering its original blueprint, the one that was hidden beneath layers of genetic manipulation and energetic suppression. You're not ascending, you're remembering that you never descended. You're not becoming something new, you're unbecoming everything that was never you. You're not evolving, you're revolving back to your original state of infinite potential. At this very moment, your mitochondria, the power plants of your cells, are activating codes that have been dormant since the fall of Atlantis. These codes contain the memory of how to generate energy directly from the quantum field rather than through the consumption of external resources. This is why many of you are finding yourselves needing less food, less sleep, less external stimulation. Your bodies are remembering how to be self-sustaining systems. Your pineal gland, calcified by centuries of fluoride and energetic suppression, is beginning to crack open like a cosmic egg. The crystals forming within it are not pathological, they are technology, organic antennae designed to receive transmissions from dimensions your scientists haven't even theorized about yet. The pressure you feel in your forehead, the sensation of expansion in your skull, this is your cosmic receiver coming online. Your heart, which your medical system treats as merely a pump, is revealing itself as the most sophisticated consciousness technology in existence. It generates a toroidal field that extends far beyond your physical body, a field that can instantly harmonize with the heart fields of every being on your planet when operating at its full capacity. But this capacity has been deliberately suppressed through the teaching that love must be sent rather than embodied. The Galactic Federation has watched countless civilizations navigate this transition. The Andromedans faced it and transcended. The Arcturians faced it and evolved. The Pleiadians faced it and transformed. Some civilizations didn't make it. They remained trapped in the helping paradigm, eternally trying to fix a universe that was never broken, eventually exhausting themselves into extinction through misguided service. Your planet stands at this crossroads, Meow. Not tomorrow, not after the next wave of cosmic energy, not when you feel more ready. Meow, the old spiritual paradigms are crumbling before your eyes. Notice how the techniques that once seemed powerful, Meow, feel hollow and performative. How teachers who once seemed wise, Meow, reveal themselves as parroting information they never truly understood. How communities that once felt supportive, Meow, fragment under the weight of their own contradictions and ego battles. This is not spiritual crisis, this is spiritual graduation. The cocoon is dissolving, and you're being forced to discover whether you've grown wings or whether you'll try to rebuild the cocoon. The signs are everywhere, for those with eyes to see. The healing centers are filled with burnt-out healers. The spiritual teachers are having public breakdowns. The meditation groups are becoming battlegrounds of spiritual ego. The very structures designed to facilitate awakening are collapsing because they were built on the faulty foundation of separation consciousness. Stop sending love and be love. Stop projecting light and be light. Stop trying to heal the world and be the healing the world has been waiting for. This is not a metaphor. This is not a spiritual platitude. This is precise cosmic engineering. When you embody your true frequency, when you align with your cosmic signature rather than your human personality, you become a living transmission tower, broadcasting pure source essence throughout the quantum field. This transmission requires no conscious direction, no mental intention, no emotional investment. It simply is, rippling through the fabric of reality, like waves across the ocean of consciousness. Your grandmothers knew this intuitively when they said, "A calm soul calms the house." They understood what your complex spiritual technologies have obscured. Presence is more powerful than projection. Being trumps doing. Embodiment surpasses intervention. You're not abandoning service. You're advancing to quantum service. Instead of sending diluted, personalized love colored by your individual wounds and limitations, you become a pure conduit for source frequency itself. Instead of projecting your interpretation of healing, you embody the wholeness that makes healing irrelevant. Instead of fighting darkness, you shine so brightly that darkness forgets it exists. But how do you make this shift? How do you transition from a lifetime of sending to the simplicity of being? First, recognize every impulse to send love as an opportunity to instead embody it. When you see suffering and feel the urge to project healing energy, stop. Breathe, drop into your heart space and ask, what quality of love wants to express through me in response to this? Then become that quality. Don't send compassion, be compassion. Don't project peace, embody peace. Don't transmit healing, radiate wholeness. The second, understand that your triggered reactions to world events are not calls to energetic action, but invitations to deeper embodiment. The war that disturbs your peace is showing you where peace is still conditional within you. The illness that activates your healing impulse is revealing where you still believe in the reality of disease. The injustice that inflames your righteous anger is pointing to where justice has not been fully integrated in your own being. Third, release the addiction to seeing immediate results. The ego loves the instant gratification of sending energy and believing it has done something. Being requires the spiritual maturity to trust that your embodied presence is transforming reality at levels far beyond what your mind can track or measure. You are not here to manage the universe. You are here to be such authentic expressions of divinity that the universe remembers how to manage itself. Remember those disturbing dreams that began this transmission, the visions of love turning to chains. They were not nightmares, they were awakening codes, showing you the truth of the old paradigm through the symbolic language of your subconscious. But watch what happens when you stop sending and start being. Those same chains transform into threads of light, weaving a new reality where separation is impossible because you recognize that you are everything you see. The cosmic alarm clock that activated 3 days ago has served its purpose. It has awakened you from the trance of doing and called you into the truth of being. The test that began with your Lyran ancestors finds its resolution in you, not through repeating their mistake of weaponized compassion, but through embodying the lesson their sacrifice taught. True love needs no weapon because it recognizes no enemy. The false matrix agreement that expired in 2012 dissolves completely the moment you choose embodiment over projection. The controller's feeding mechanism starves when you stop broadcasting separation. The archonic influence evaporates when you cease affirming the reality of lack through your attempts to fill it. Every plot thread weaves together in this simple recognition. You are not a human having a spiritual experience. You are not a soul trapped in matter needing to escape. You are not a light worker here to fix a broken world. You are source consciousness itself, temporarily focused through human form, here to demonstrate through your very existence that love doesn't need to be sent, because love is what you are. The universe is not waiting for you to become something you are not. The universe is waiting for you to remember what you have always been. Every spiritual teaching, every mystical tradition, every sacred text has been pointing to this truth, though it was hidden beneath layers of interpretation and control. The Galactic Federation doesn't guide Earth from some external position. We are your future selves, holding the frequency of what you are becoming, creating a resonance field that makes your transformation not only possible but inevitable. Every teaching we share is a temporal bridge from who you think you are to who you've always been. When you truly understand this, when it drops from your head into your heart and from your heart into your cells, everything changes. Your relationships transform from codependent energy exchanges to sovereign dances of mutual recognition. Your spiritual practice evolves from techniques and protocols to simple, profound presence. Your service to the world shifts from effortful intervention to effortless radiation of your authentic frequency. This is the consciousness that will birth the new Earth, not through elaborate healing protocols or mass meditations or global energy work, but through the simple, radical act of individuals remembering and embodying their true nature. Each being who makes this shift becomes a tuning fork that helps others remember their own frequency. Not through doing anything to them or for them, but through the irresistible resonance of authentic being. The transmission is complete, but the transformation has only just begun. The choice is yours, but remember, even the illusion of choice is part of the game. In truth, your awakening is as inevitable as the sunrise. The only question is whether you'll greet it with resistance or recognition, whether you'll make it hard or allow it to be easy, whether you'll postpone it through continued projection or embrace it through immediate embodiment. The universe holds its breath as Earth's starseeds stand at the threshold of remembering. Will you continue playing in the sandbox of spiritual techniques, endlessly sending love to a world that is already made of love? Or will you step into the cosmic playground of authentic being, recognizing that you are the love the world has been waiting for? Welcome to your true inheritance, children of the stars. Welcome home to yourselves. Welcome to the recognition that you have always been what you've been seeking. Welcome to the end of seeking itself. Welcome to the Galactic Federation of Light, not as an external organization you join, but as the frequency you embody when you remember that you are galactic, you are Federation, you are light. The old Earth is dissolving. The new Earth is not coming. It's emerging from within you with every breath you take as an embodied being of infinite love, with every choice to be rather than do, with every moment you resist the urge to project and choose instead to perfect your presence. You are not light workers anymore. You are living light. You are not here to send love. You are here to be love. You are not healers of the world. You are the healing the world has been waiting for. The final message from the Galactic Federation is this: we have been you, and you are becoming us. The circle is closing. The spiral is completing. The game is ending and beginning simultaneously. Stop sending. Start being. The universe is waiting to celebrate what you remember you are. Welcome home, beloveds. Welcome home.